In this video, we're going to be talking about depression, how you can overcome it, and how it affects the law of attraction. Here we go. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for future videos on the law of attraction to get your well-being at its optimum. Also, check out my Facebook and Instagram page at Divine Alchemy 1111, where I help you create the reality that you want. And now, back to the video. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Divine Alchemy, where I help you create the reality that you want. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about depression and how to overcome it, also how it affects the law of attraction. So, when it comes to depression, to me, it's something that it is rooted and based out of fear. Because when somebody gets depressed, they're feeling very hopeless, doom and gloom. And basically what it is that you are projecting something of the past, of something that might have happened to you, or you're projecting something into the future that hasn't even happened. So what that is basically your body or your emotional state is clinging on to something of, like I said, past or future, that they are assuming the worst of what can happen or what might happen or what you may think about yourself. So with depression, it could stem from a bunch of different things, but ultimately it's how you're programmed from, either childhood or some sort of experience that happened to you that really rocked your emotional state. And then once that starts internalizing into you, you start becoming that. And whatever traumatic event that happened to you to begin with, it basically starts masking your vision and it becomes jaded, and that's all you see in your outer reality. So again, if you are latching onto those ideas, it gets ingrained in your subconscious and you start to manifest more people, places, and things, and also feelings of not a very good vibration manifest over and over and over and over again. And so with me having experience in a lot of that stuff, with things that happen in the military and witnessing certain things, and then getting out and trying to adjust to reality where I just felt very out of place, I realized that I have the power within me to override that. And, people can take pills, medications, and all that stuff, and that works for a time, but do you really want to be stuck to that stuff for the rest of your life? No. To me, that the thing that will really override depression, which is heavily attributed to fear, is yourself. You have to learn how to overcome it, and you have to challenge it. Because once you go down that spiral of what starts getting created in your head with all the, the doom and gloom stuff, it starts to get worse and worse and worse. You start programming your body to feel that certain state, and then you start becoming comfortable in that state. And not only that, but like I said, you get addicted to that stuff. You start feeling comfortable. So if you try to climb out of that, your subconscious mind is set to the status quo of depression right here. You try to go above it, it's gonna be like, whoa, what are you doing? We need to take you right back to where it's comfortable. And if you keep doing that, you're gonna keep manifesting more and more things that will just drag you down worse and worse and worse and worse. So for me, it's becoming aware and kind of doing a body scan where, first I observe this feeling that's going on, and I try not to judge it. I'm like, all right, again, like I said, be the observer of what is going on in your reality and in your thoughts, because most of your thoughts are false to begin with. They're empty fear. That's all it is. They're just empty. So observing what these are. If it's a trauma that had happened, figure out what that is, and learning how to process and charge that high emotional feeling that you get whenever you get into these modes. Because to me, when a traumatic event happens, it doesn't happen by mistake. That happens to you for a reason and a purpose, and most of the time it's for you to discover your inner strength. You can't gain strength if you don't have some form of, trial, tribulation, or some form of adversity. To me, that just doesn't happen like that, and it's very rare that, hey, I am completely awesome and good to go. Those experiences that we have from our past are there for us to help us wake us up. And they could be very nerve-wracking and scary and all that, but that is a part of the process that we decided as human beings to come here to experience certain things. It's not necessarily your worst enemy. It's something that's there to help you grow and prosper and break past your mental limitations, because at the end of the day, you really have no limitations whatsoever. The only limitation you have is the one that you created for yourself, and that you just can't see past that. So when dealing with depression, like I said, get in the habit of doing like a 5 to 15 minute meditation where you sit in a quiet place. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, and don't overcomplicate the meditation process. It's meant to be simple. So you get into a nice relaxed area. You could sit in a chair, take a couple deep breaths, and you're lowering your heart rate. And what most people don't realize is that in the process of doing like these deep breaths and sitting in a quiet place, you are learning how to self-regulate your body's heart rate, its chemistry, its biology, and the thoughts that start flowing on by. You start taking your power back, and that's what that means when you learn how to start self-regulating. So you get in a quiet area, and then what you want to do is you envision what it would be like for you to be your best version. Not only your best version, but to overcome those bits of adversity of depression that you may have. And it can be kind of a troubling thing at first because it's not easy. You have to build that habit like you built the conditioning of all those emotions when you had that depression. That's something that we've built. Now, don't get me wrong, certain situations and things that happen to us are not our fault, but it is your responsibility and your accountability that you must have to take care of what had happened to you and to get past that. So now getting back to where you are in your quiet space, you're relaxing, you can even listen to some, Mozart music, which is pretty good. It clears the mind. Binaural beats, isochronic tones, or some sort of like meditation soundtrack. And then you want to paint a picture in first person and in the now. You are here and now. Your subconscious mind and your body can't tell the difference of what is real and what is not. It just takes it as fact, because when you pop a thought in your mind, it elicits a feeling and your body feels like it's actually living in that event. We're the only species that can do that on the drop of a dime, and that's why we can kill ourselves too with thought, because of the massive amounts of stress-inducing thoughts that we have, either something that happened to us in our past or in our future that has not happened. I mean, there's millions of people that project too many things into the future, and they literally kill themselves due to stress. And of course, that's also a part of depression as well. So you get into your comfortable space, 5 to 15 minutes. You sit and relax, and you start envisioning in first person or dimensionalizing in your mind. You want to make it feel so real that you can't tell the difference, or your body can't tell the difference. And you just keep eliciting these high powerful feel-good hormones or feelings of you doing certain things if you didn't have this depression, or if you lived the life of your dreams. And you keep doing that until it starts solidifying and crystallizing in your mind, like you're literally reworking, the neurons in your brain to start fixing to a future outcome that is a high probability if you just stay consistent with this stuff. Now, yeah, there are supplements that can help, herbal stuff that can help take away the edge, and that's really all you need, just help take away the edge. And then you start hacking into your body's biosystem in your brain when you start to learn how to relax, and then your subconscious mind goes from high beta to theta, where the mind starts to open, calms down, and you can start reprogramming it without having any resisting thoughts or emotions that creep in. That's where most of the creation is done when it comes to manifesting and visualization. You want to get into the theta brainwave state. And in future videos, I can cover that topic as well too. And there's plenty of great books out there that cover that stuff. There's a bunch of great books by Dr. Joe Dispenza, one of my favorites. He's really big with discovering and researching the power of the brain. But he talks a lot about getting into that theta brain state, because that's that sweet spot. So if you can get into the theta wave brain state, that is a sweet spot to where you can program your brain to basically do anything, and for you to envision your future best self. But here's the thing too, is that these desires that you want are perfectly fine, but they must feel natural, and I believe that they must be in a true core alignment with yourself. And that's how, you get more of the easier and faster manifestations that way. So again, it's a simple process, and there's a million different processes out there. You just got to try to find the one that works best for you. But the one that works best for me is really honing in on that subconscious mind, because the subconscious is the seat to everything that you do in your outer reality. If you're filling it up with negative thoughts all day, well, those thoughts carry a charge and a feeling. It starts manifesting in your subconscious. You send it down into your body, and you start lowering your body's cell structure, and it starts to produce cheaper proteins too, where people start aging really fast. And you can tell that someone's been really stressed out just by looking at their skin or their facial features and whatnot. And that's one thing that you definitely want to try to avoid. And, coming from me with personal experience dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, dealing with massive depression that barely even bothers me anymore, because I've learned to strengthen my mind as such to let go of these feelings, or, check in with myself. Are these things actually true of what I'm saying about myself to cause these, depression bouts? Most likely, no. It is something that you are projecting on yourself, and most of the time you are not your thoughts, and you are not the person that you think you are. You're actually worth a lot more than what you think you are, but you're just seeing with the small spectrum of some sort of traumatic event that had happened to you in your past, that it's gone, it's over with, you can't go back to it. And the more you even think about it, you're going to start setting yourself up for failure and start manifesting more of these circumstances to reaffirm what you're thinking. So again, you just want to build up that tenacity little by little by little. And the thing is to have no expectations. Don't expect it to happen overnight. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible in this life, and it totally could. But however, thinking in terms of, realistic expectations is that it's not going to happen overnight. And don't expect to force this stuff. It should happen very naturally and a slow, nice, easy progression. And it definitely works if you keep at it. So again, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe button for future content to help you be your best version and to help you live a happy, as low stress-free life as you possibly can. Thank you very much. Blessings.